What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro finally, and this is the latest build of the EvolutionX ROM, and I'll tell you why this build is special and you should download this build if you have the Redmi K20 Pro. This is the 17th April 2020 build and it has the Immensity kernel as stock kernel, and you can see the build date again from here, 17th April 2020. And the Android version is 10 of course, and the EvolutionX version is 4.20.1 Instant Classic. Not the previous kind of funny version, this is a more serious kind of build, and as you can see it says official of course, and the security patch is latest of April 5th 2020. And on top of course we have the EvolutionX logo, and I just enabled the white theme just because you guys can see it better. In the system panel we have the system updater. Of course, if you have encrypted storage, you can definitely use the system updater, but if you have decrypted storage like me, you need to flash the latest builds with the Orange Fox recovery or any other recovery. If you have, I will recommend you guys using Orange Fox recovery. And talking about flashing this ROM, I flashed with the Orange Fox recovery. Of course, I was on a previous different ROM, so I wiped cache Dalvik system data, then I flashed the ROM file with the fcrypt disabler, and I just rebooted and it has been working totally fine since then. Now I would say the thing which is special on this build is of course the face unlock, and this face unlock feature will be removed in future builds as far as I got the information about these ROMs. So yeah, on the Redmi K20 Pro all the future builds may be or will be removing the face unlock feature. So whichever builds we have with the face unlock, you should store them in a safe house. So yeah, do download this 17th April 2020 build and keep it somewhere safe so that you guys can have the face unlock feature on these custom ROMs. Now let me show you the face unlock over here. You have to double tap on the always on display if you have the always on display on, and if you swipe up, as you can see, it unlocks like this. So from the lock screen itself you have to swipe up, then it will unlock. So that is how the face unlock works. And as you can see, it is quite fast option. As you can see, it unlocks really fast. I have no issues with the face unlock at all. And talking about the fingerprint scanner, let me show you. This is the unlocking speed, and sometimes as you can see right now it shows the unlocked icon, and I have to swipe up to unlock the device. Let me show you again. Sometimes it does happen, sometimes it unlocks straight to the home screen, sometimes it shows this kind of unlocked thing. I don't know why it happens, but yeah, this is happening on this build for quite some time. As you can see right now it unlocked right away. So this is a little bit weird thing which I am noticing, but yeah, this thing is happening here and there. But the fingerprint scanner is pretty reliable and fast as well. Now let's talk about the stock cameras and stuff. This is of course the ANX camera present over here, and pretty optimized. It works super fine with all the lenses, and in terms of video you can shoot vlog mode videos, and there is the 4K UHD option. Of course you can shoot up to 4K 60 fps, so you do not need to worry. And in terms of slow motion and stuff, 960 fps is working fine, and other things like the front camera and stuff is of course working fine. You can enable the sounds if you want, but the LED and stuff on the front camera does work fine too over here, not a problem. And I have also installed the latest Google Camera 7. If you want to install it, click on the card right here on this corner, and you can have this Google Camera. It should be working pretty fine with all the lenses. And night sight and stuff with this Google camera is working fine, but the ANX camera is the default camera on this ROM. The Google camera you have to install separately. All the widgets on the home screen is working totally fine. The stock launcher is still a Google Pixel launcher, and to the left of the home screen we have this discover window of Google, and we can swipe down anywhere to get to the quick settings panel. And in terms of this quick settings panel, I need to talk about some things which I have never did in previous videos. You can enable the screen record and FPS counter on this ROM. Let me show you by going to this edit icon. You will find the FPS icon and screen recorder on the lower portion over here, and we also have this DC dimming feature if you want to have that, and live caption and stuff, the focus mode and stuff is there. And here you can add more stuff from this panel, screencast and stuff if you want that. Let me show you. This is how it looks like. We also have this DC dimming feature if you want to enable it in this build. So yeah, and this FPS counter is pretty good. I will use it while showing you the gaming performance and stuff. And the screen record, let me show you. This is how it looks like. If you go into the settings, this is actually the OxygenOS kind of screen record, and you can set the resolution up to 2340 by 1080, and the 4K option is available too. So this is full HD plus and 4K. Then there is the normal full HD 1920 by 1080, and then the 720p and stuff is there, and you can also have the bitrate option, as you can see. And I would suggest you guys going with some kind of like 16 mbps, because like 24 mbps might lag a little bit. And in the number of frames, of course, I have selected the 60 fps mode, and of course there is the internal audio recording option. This is really good, and you can also choose the microphone audio if you want that, but I'll suggest you guys using the internal audio. That's how you can like have the game audio like recorded on the video. And then there is the video orientation and other stuff. You can just start recording by just tapping on this red button, and it will like, you can adjust it anywhere. So yeah, this is a really cool feature. This is a OxygenOS screen recorder present by default over here on this ROM, and you can also turn off always on display. Let me show you. As you can see right now, the always on display is turned off, but if I tap the like fingerprint scanner right now, as you can see, it does unlock. Let me do it again. The display is totally off, but yeah, it wakes up the screen, uses the fingerprint scanner, and it unlocks. So this is how you can have the off screen like unlocking with the fingerprint scanner. As you can see, the device is totally off. I mean, the screen is totally off. You can just tap over here on the fingerprint scanner area and it unlocks. This is a really cool feature of this ROM. And now let me show you with night light if the fingerprint scanner is working. As you can see, it worked. Let's do it with the left thumb, and it still worked. Let me do it again. Alright, so for once it did not work. Now as you can see, now at least it's working with 2 tries. So yeah, I would say it is pretty good, not bad at all. Now let me talk about the charging and stuff. I am noticing a little bit slower charging over here in terms of the 80 watt fast charging and stuff, but yeah, I was getting about 2700 2800 milliampere of charging when my device was like about 30%. So yeah, it was happening once, I have noticed. But yeah, you do not have a huge problem with fast charging, but yeah, the fast charging might be a little bit slower on this build, but it might be my charger issue too. Now while charging, the LED on the like pop-up front camera does work fine, so the notification LED is actually working. And talking about the DRM info and stuff, as this is a Indian Redmi K20 Pro, here as you can see, the security level on the like DRM info shows as level 1, so you can definitely stream Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p. And like the Google Pay and stuff or any other banking apps works right out of the box here, no issues. But the Antutu score over here is a little bit lower when compared to the other ROMs. But in terms of daily driving performance, once the score goes above 3 lakh, you won't notice it. Like in terms of daily driving, I would say the performance seems to be pretty good over here. And in terms of customizations, of course, we have the Evolver panel, and we have a bunch of customizations over here still. In terms of the fingerprint scanner and stuff, let me show you like icon picker and stuff. And here as you can see, you have bunch of icons, of course, still to like enable. You can use any of these icons. And then we have these many animations, of course, plethora of options for the fingerprint scanner animations too. And you can also choose this like pressed icon color to MIUI cyan, MIUI white. This is the light which is coming. So yeah, pretty much like all the customizations are there in this ROM. And in terms of the status bar settings, we have the clock option and all those things like status bar items, headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons. You can have the battery style to circle, dotted circle, filled circle, etc. Then text hidden, big circle if you want that. And then the battery percentage next to the icon or inside the icon or hidden. And then you have the VoLTE icon too over here. I am using this MIUI 11 VoLTE icon, but you can use others too if you want. And in terms of accent colors, of course, the gradient color is gone because of some kind of optimization thing. But I would say the normal single accent color is pretty fine, not bad at all. And you can have the headline and body fonts, and there are plethora of fonts too over here of the whole UI, and icon shapes and stuff is of course there. Panel opacity, I'm not gonna show all the customizations, but I'll try to like show you guys the most. As you can see, the background is blurred on the quick settings panel when like it's pulled down like this. So yeah, this background blur is working super fine. And in terms of this edge lighting, it is working fine too. You do not need to worry. And you can adjust the ambient display brightness too. We have the blink for incoming call flashlight. This is MIUI kind of feature totally, and you can disable the heads up notification if you want that. And in terms of power menu, we have that advanced reboot and stuff. Of course, you can directly reboot to recovery or fast boot from here. And in terms of the 3-finger screenshot gesture, as you can see, this is the Asus kind of screenshot gesture, and you can like keep taking the screenshot with this long screenshot button. You can edit it if you want. You can have any kind of doodle like this. So yeah, these features are working totally fine, no issues. Let me go back, and in terms of gestures we have the brightness control too, so you can just swipe like this on the status bar to increase or decrease the brightness. Really cool feature again. Screen of power and torch does work fine. Status bar and lock screen double tap to sleep is working fine too. And in terms of animation, we have the CRT screen of animation and stuff, and the whole UI animation you can control. Then we have hardware buttons, and from here you can have the long press kind of customization if you're using 2 or 3 button navigation. In terms of MISC stuff, I would say there is this gaming mode if you want that. Wake up on charge, charging animation, everything is there. In terms of USB configuration, you can set it to file transfer from here. By default, in terms of navigation, we have the gesture navigation, of course, of Android 10, and here you can have multiple customizations for the gesture bar size. Then we have the height, the navigation bar pill if you want the full screen real estate of the screen. So these features are there. You can also use 2 or 3 button navigation. You can also invert their layout if you want that. Let me show you from here. We have the invert layout option from here. The RAM management seems to be pretty good, and the battery life over here is pretty good too. You can definitely get 8+ hours of screen on time easily. I've got 7+ because I was using the front camera heavily with a IP camera app. That's a different story, and it should last you a full working day without any issues. Then in terms of display settings, we have the live display and stuff, and from here we have the color calibration too, and the double tap to wake is there. It is working fine. And the anti-flicker mode or the DC dimming feature is still here. We have the sound settings, and we still have the Mi Audio Direct. This has been working fine. The sound output via the Bluetooth and headphone jack as well is super fine, no issues at all. And talking about gaming performance, I launched Call of Duty here, and as you can see, I have the graphic settings, everything to very high, and the frame rate to max and stuff, and everything is enabled, like anti-aliasing and stuff. All the things are enabled. Now let me just start a match. You can see the FPS on the sides over here. In terms of PUBG graphic settings, you can play on HDR and extreme settings, or you can go smooth and extreme too if you want to get the best performance. But I would play on HDR and extreme and show you guys the gaming performance here. And you can check the FPS counter over there on here, like on the left side of the screen, and you can see the FPS what I'm getting here. Pretty much like 50 FPS over here, 59.4, 59.9. So yeah, 60 FPS kind of not quite 60 all the time, but yeah, 59, 58, 57, it just hovers around again. So after a pretty long period of gaming, like 20 to 30 minutes, I have got the battery temperature up to 38-40 degrees. So yeah, this is not really high temperatures, but yeah, I can feel the device is getting a bit hot. And I have been daily driving with this ROM for a really long time. If you have been following me, you should know. And the EvolutionX, in my opinion, is still a king in terms of a custom ROM. So let me know in the comments what do you guys think. And yeah, in terms of video calling and stuff, yes, the cellular video calling works fine too over here, and VoLTE callings and stuff are working fine, but there is no stock call recording option in terms of the Google dialer or the stock dialer. It's the Google dialer present over here, so that's why no call recording by default here. So let me know in the comments what do you guys think about this EvolutionX 17th April 2020 build on the Redmi K20 Pro. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel down there if you have not yet. This is Tito from KD and Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.